Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Sundering Tarot. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. This is your daily tarot reading for the 30th of September, 2023. Hard to believe it's the end of the month already. But we will be using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. And my ancestors have asked to use the mini deck and not the full size, so we'll see how many cards end up on the table. Last time they asked for this, it's because they had a lot and they wanted the smaller deck to make sure it would fit in frame. So without further ado, we will see what they have to say. Alright, my lovelies, I have all of your cards out on the table. We have 7 major arcana and 3 aces, believe it or not, on the table. So aces we're counting as 1. So 111 as a synchronicity has shown up. We'll go ahead and get started on your first column. So this is the best part of your day. We have the Chariot in the reverse, the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords in the reverse, the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Wands, the Moon in the reverse, the 10 of Cups in the reverse, and the Hermit in the reverse. I know at first glance that almost doesn't look like a positive thing, but it is. Simply because there's something going on. It seems like something you're working on, something you're trying to accomplish, and it's not progressing very quickly or at the rate that you would like. And it's an energetic issue. You're either putting too much energy into something or not enough. And for the day, you get the opportunity to detach from how you were doing things, it seems like. That way you can move forward towards your obstacles simply because you've detached from the illusions or how you were approaching things, because there's something off kilter with that. Either putting too much energy into the wrong area because you didn't see the correct area, or your approach was wrong, so of course you were not putting the right amount of energy in because you were approaching it in a way that was not correct to begin with. And of course this caused you some unnecessary pain. So you've unfortunately been struggling for a bit, and now it's time to break away and get rid of those illusions. That is your gift of the day here, the Ace of Pentacles, is to shatter those illusions. To not hinder and isolate yourself from a way of doing things or a way of approaching things. That way you can move a little bit more freely and even more powerfully to tackle your issue, to actually see the progress that you're wanting. To move unhindered. Let's put it that way. And of course your illusions could be just about anything, but I get the feeling it's your approach or a mindset, or not clearly seeing which area that you need to actually put energy into. That is what's coming through for the day. So let's move right on to the worst part of your day. We have the Strength card, the 4 of Wands in the reverse, the Empress, and the 4 of Cups in the reverse. Yep. You keep throwing energy at things, trying to get a particular outcome, trying to reach that finish line, and it's no bueno. You're still not to the finish line yet. You still don't have that victory yet, despite all the energy, all the effort that you're putting in to create it. And that kind of feels like maybe you're to the point of trying to force the issue. However, one of the reasons why you're not to that finish line yet is simply because of the negative mindset. You might be down on this. You might be unfortunately attracting a negative outcome. You might be catastrophizing a little bit, or exaggerating the scale of the issue, and that's slowing you down. So perhaps one of your illusions is the time frame that this should be done in. You've got this step-by-step plan in your head, and it's somewhat viable, but it's being thrown off kilter because you've got this illusion that it needs to be done in this itty-bitty amount of time, and the fact that you've exceeded that timeline, you're now catastrophizing it. You've taken on that negative mindset, and that's not helping you move forward at all, because you've put that illusionary limit there. And that needs to change. That needs to go. Now let's see what's in your obstacle, or how to get over your obstacle. There's got to be more here. Let's see what they say. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the World in the reverse, the Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Two of Wands, Temperance in the reverse, the Page of Swords in the reverse, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, the Queen of Wands, followed by the King of Wands, the Ace of Swords, followed by the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and we end on the Page of Pentacles. I'd like to remind you that you are a work in progress. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, it's a work in progress. So, number one, don't be so hard on yourself. So as much as you like, you know, you're not at the starting point, you're not at the ending point either. And that seems to be where the frustration is. It's a work in progress. And yes, there's things that happen in between, and that requires some flexibility and navigating in order to get from point A to point B. And what's most beneficial, instead of throwing energy haphazardly around, being grounded and centered and being consistent in how you use your energy, where your effort is going towards this work in progress, despite having doubts on it. Let's call the negative mindset doubts for the moment, will be beneficial to you. That'll help you focus a bit more. And one of the reasons why things are out of whack is because there's things that you literally just didn't see. Like I said, we're all about shattering illusions for the day. That is your highlight. That is your aha, your hurrah moment, is to get rid of those. And because there is things that you're carrying around that aren't necessarily true, or you couldn't see as truth, it just wasn't clicking. You've been catastrophizing some things. You've been exaggerating the negative doubts. And what we really need to do is realize where our energy needs to go to where we can boldly and fully energetically move, and where we should pull our energy back so we're more balanced. We need to get clear on that, and to be concise of where does the energy need to go and where does it not need to go. Because if we just keep throwing energy around, we are going to have a negative outcome. We are going to stress ourselves out and do harm to ourselves at every opportunity we do that. So go ahead and rebalance, reshift, and how you look at things, and where you are executing things or not executing things, where you're putting your energy in. There's a bit of adjustment, a shift that needs to happen, and you've got to get clear on where that adjustment needs to be made. That way we're using every opportunity wisely, and we get the forward momentum, the progress that we're wanting to in this scenario, versus instead of just throwing it away. It's a work in progress. Just because we made a plan to accomplish something, our goal to begin with, doesn't mean that we automatically have to stick to the plan. It doesn't mean that the plan was foolproof to begin with. It doesn't mean that the plan encompassed everything. So something is not right. Either our steps to get from A to B is wrong, or we're missing something. There's additional steps that need to be added or subtracted. It's a work in progress, which means flexibility. We have to adapt. And right now we're being asked to be flexible, to adapt, to change how we're approaching or doing something in order to achieve the results you're asking for, what you're trying to accomplish. And part of that is, yes, breaking away from illusions of how you need to do this, or why you need to do this, or what energy is needed where in order to accomplish said goal. And you also need the reminder that it's a work in progress. Of course, you are not to the finish line. You are not celebrating and having achieved your goal. So don't give up. Just realize you're not there yet. There's still the opportunity to get there. So don't be so hard on yourself. It's called a work in progress because there's still work in order to put in order to get the progress to achieve the goal. Interesting. Let's check your astrology. The moon enters Taurus. Slowing down and being more present can help you feel more confident. Hey, we have the Queen of Wands on the table. And once you take action, you can see it through thanks to that confidence. Okay, and we did mention recentering, regrounding your energy, and finding where that needs to actually go. And yes, slowing down, it generally is implied in that. Mercury in Virgo trines Uranus in Taurus. Unconventional ideas and plans you've been working on, maybe even perhaps for the last few months, reach a culmination or end. And you can see how this plays out for real and not just in theory. Oh, okay, part of this is actually here. You have a theory, a plan, and an approach to something, but it's flawed. We have illusions and pessimism attached to this, a negative thought pattern. But we can feasibly work that out and adjust our plans to get that ending, to get the end results, to reach that goal line, or at least shift everything so our work in progress is headed in the right direction to where we will soon achieve that goal. But of course that requires a shift, a change, some doing. And once again, we have 3 aces. So we have the 111 as a synchronicity. I did add up all your cards. Everything adds up to 140, which reduces to 5. And 5, of course, in numerology is change. Yes. Be flexible. Be adaptable. You are a work in progress. All right, my lovies, I don't think I can add any more to that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Hopefully some of this resonated for you. And if it does, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Thank you so, so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't. And for those of you that do share my videos on any platforms, I do appreciate it. That helps the channel grow. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.